What is up, bros and broettes? It's InkSlasher44, and today we're going to be talking about the new absolutely enormous patch that came to Advanced Warfare yesterday on Xbox 360 and Xbox One, and is coming next week on the PS3, PS4. So this patch was absolutely huge. It included so many things, including a lot of weapon buffs and a weapon nerf for the ASM1. So let's get into all of those right away. We're going to talk about all the weapon balancing. So first of all, for all heavy weapons, so that includes the melee, Pyatech, the EPM3, and the new weapon that just dropped today on Xbox One and Xbox 360, the Ohm, it increased movement speed by 5% on every single one of those guns. So that's really big because I found you move really slow with all the LMGs or heavy weapons in that game. Also, they corrected the scopes on the AE4. I didn't know there was anything wrong with the scopes on the AE4. For the MK14, they added reduced recoil, which isn't really what the MK14 needed. The MK14 either needed a damage upgrade or faster fire rate, but at least they did something to fix a part of the gun. The ARX160, they increased the magazine size. Again, I don't think the correct call on what they should have buffed, but at least it's a buff nonetheless, makes the gun a little bit more viable, and it's actually a pretty big buff. I think it's a 10-round buff from, I think, 35 to 45 clips, or bullets in the magazine. As far as the AMR9, this gun got a huge buff. The AMR9 got increased damage and decreased time between bursts. So a faster fire rate in sense, just decreased time between bursts, and then increased damage. So that's two really, really awesome buffs for that gun. So I'm going to give that gun a try, and probably next Monday we are going to be doing the weapon review for that gun. The SN6 got reduced recoil, which is good. The KF5 got mid-damage range increase, so that mid-damage range is just a little extra. The Atlas 45 got a buff. The PDW got increased damage. Finally, that gun was absolutely garbage. Shotgun, reduced spread when using Gung Ho. So basically, Gung Ho is the perk to use right now when using any shotgun. As far as the EPM3 goes, that's reduced recoil. Again, I don't think that's the right call. I think they needed to buff something else with the EPM3, either the damage or the fire rate. The Lynx, again, has reduced recoil, which, again, I don't think is the right call for that one. I think that one needed to be a one-shot kill to the chest, maybe. I don't know if that would make it overpowered, but I think the Lynx is a really, really underpowered gun. And the ASM1, the one probably you all were waiting for. So they slightly reduced initial fire rate. So the fire rate in all is the same for the ASM1. However, the first few bullets that come out of the gun, they decreased the fire rate on those. The reason why I think they did this is because the ASM1 was an absolute beast at close range. What this does, it makes it so you are now able to beat the ASM1 up close with some weapons because the fire rate is slower at first. So if you get the first few bullets on someone using the ASM1, you'll probably get the jump on them and probably beat them in that gunfight. So that is really good that they nerfed that, in my opinion. Now, other than the weapon buffs and other than the weapon balancing, they actually fixed a lot of things. And I'm not going to read all of them because there's a ton. There's going to be a link to the article, the patch notes in the description of this video. But I'm going to be just overviewing a few things. So they added the new 15 prestiges that I talked about on Sunday's video. That's really good. So 15 more prestiges. We're now up to 30 prestiges. They also added 15 more daily challenges. This was something I've been wanting for a long time. I found that they didn't have enough daily supply drop challenges. So now there's 15 more of those. Other just random fixes, like one, for example, that I didn't even know existed, fixed the sound of the SAC3 with suppressor attachment not to play in stereo to all players on the map. So before, people could hear you when using the SAC3s with silencers. Now they can't. So just little things like that. Other than that, just basic fixing issues. One thing that I didn't know, they adjusted the kill feed speed from 4 to 6 seconds, so that kill feed is just there for a little bit longer than it was before. What else? They did actually a few things to change score streaks, or how some of them work. So first of all, it now only takes one melee hit or one punch to disable a sentry gun. So a big nerf there, because it was a 3-punch and now it's a 1-punch. On top of that, there is less time to control a sentry gun. So when you hold that button to control a sentry gun, it takes a little bit less time than it did before. Also, they made it so missile strikes move a little bit quicker in the air, and also the Vulcan laser score streak now lasts a little longer. So when you call it in, it's just there for a little bit longer, gives you a little bit extra time to kill people. I think they're kind of incentivizing players to go to kill streaks other than the main ones like the Warbird and the Paladin. They're trying to get people to use things like the Vulcan. Some other really cool things that they changed, and I think this is probably my favorite thing that they added in it, is actually in ranked play, they added a probation time for players who do not complete or disconnect from ranked play matches. So what this means is if you're in the middle of a ranked play match, do not leave, because it'll make it so that you can't play the game for a certain amount of time. It doesn't say what the amount of time is here, but I'm assuming it's probably 15 to 20 minutes, maybe a half hour. But I think that's really good, because there was a lot of people leaving ranked play matches when they started to leave, because really there was no penalty for it. So it's really good that they fixed that. So the last thing I'd like to talk about in this video is buying supply drops. This is kind of something they snuck in under the radar in this patch, and it's something that's really, really big in the community, because in Advanced Warfare, and even on this channel, variations of weapons and supply drops are really, really, really huge. They are a really awesome thing added in Advanced Warfare, and now you can buy them. So some people are really excited for this, or some people take my side of it and just aren't very happy with it. I prefer working hard, earning my weapons, grinding away, and opening supply drops at the end of the day and seeing what I get. And I think it's kind of unfair that someone can now spend like $200 on supply drop packs and start at level 1 with every single elite variation in the game. It's just kind of, I think, not fair. I think grinding was a really big part of the game, and unfortunately it's not as much there anymore. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Thanks for watching, guys. Tomorrow we're going to go ahead and look at the new weapon, the new LMG, the Ohm, aka the shotgun LMG. So thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, hit that like button if you enjoyed, and until next time, peace out.